So today is July 34th, 2013. It's day 60 of the Journey of Hope North Route 2013. I'm here with Jesus Palma. He is from Reno, Nevada, where he is at the University of Nevada studying...
You're close. You got this, Doug.
Something with a minor in ethics on politics.
That's pretty good. Pretty good. I'm a super senior, second year, so I'm dual majoring in both political science and ethics on politics. They're two different degrees.
Okay.
With a minor in cultural anthropology.
Okay. So I had one of the three, but I had the school and the location, so I was good with that.
And you called it the University of Nevada. It's really good.
Oh, okay.
Good.
You know, there's a lot of schools out there that like to say it's the, as in the Ohio State University. It's just Ohio State University. There's no the.
Well, we just don't like to think of the other school, UNLV. So we're good.
I have a buddy that went to UNLV.
Nice.
I don't really. He was no, he wasn't a brother. He was just a guy that I knew.
Okay.
Anyway, so today I did another switcheroo with the crew. So I switched with Josh, but I actually drove his van. So it kind of makes sense. I woke up at 5:30 this morning. I think wake up was at 6, so I woke up early to get all my stuff done and get ready so I would be earlier than the cyclists. Jesus woke up and I found him doing what he normally does, which he shouldn't have been. I was supposed to do that. I was supposed to fill up the water, but that's okay. You can fill up the water.
It's fine. I'm used to waking up pretty early, so.
Yeah, you're always up earlier than we are, so. But Jesus was dressed awesome in his rider out cyclist outfit.
I had a full kit on, so I had the jersey and the shorts.
Yeah, they felt like a champ.
Pretty funny.
So. So we rode today from Cleveland to Niles. It was a 55-mile ride. As we left the Delta Gamma House, we had a breakfast. Don't remember who sponsored the breakfast. It was the University of no, because they don't have a chapter there.
It was some Pi Alphas from years past. I don't really remember their name. I'm really sorry, guys. We had two gentlemen, and I think one of the guys' girlfriends.
Yep.
And both of them and their son.
Okay.
So.
And we had a really good breakfast. We had a create your own trail mix, create your own yogurt, and lots of bagels and coffee. They brought a Keurig, so
it looked really good. I myself did not have any food. I was very nervous for my ride, but I mean the trail mix line looked great, and the guys were pumped. There was some really good food there though.
So they did their circle up in the morning. I was one of the first vans to leave because I was marking the second turn, and so I headed off and I had to pretty much park your van out in the middle of nowhere because there was absolutely no place to put it at that turn at all. So I drove around trying to find a parking lot. They were all paid parking lots, and I found a police officer just kind of chilling there, and I was like, hey, can I leave this here in this no parking zone? He's like, how long are you leave there? I'm like, about a half hour. He's like, yeah, don't worry about it.
Nice.
So I left the van pretty much out in the middle of nowhere.
Danger Doug, breaking the law left and right.
Exactly. So and then I did my first turn. Jesus got to the first turn like a champ. He looked like he was a pro cyclist when he got to that turn.
Got my tan lines.
Dude, you got nothing on these.
Look at this. It's more distinct than yours, man. One day.
So he pulled through that, and then I got a little bit of not lost, but like confused as to the directions and trying to get to my next turn. But I got to that, and I waited for what seemed like forever. Like the crew, they wait a long time.
Yeah, it's a lot of filling in time. As crew, you have a lot of time to just reflect. It's really interesting. A lot of people either reflect, like me, or just take some time to themselves, or read a book, do some crosswords, or do some work that we have to do as crew, whether it's making a journal, some LPI, or putting videos together.
Yeah. So that would be really nice of it. So if I were doing my daily videos and I was a crew, I might have a little bit more time to do them. So, but yeah, so I waited for what seemed like forever. It was actually funny because toward the end, while I was waiting for you guys, I saw a van coming up, and I was like, wait a minute, there should be no vans coming up. So I saw a van coming, I'm like, what's going on? I start like flagging them down. I'm like, oh, that's just another Chrysler minivan that looks exactly like yours.
Yeah, that tends to happen a lot. If you're a white town and country that's coming up to me and I'm on the side of the road, I might look a little confused, a little bit like this, until I look for the decal on the front of the hood that says Journey of Hope or the Thule top racks. But there have been times where I have marked a turn for white town and country. So, minivan drivers out there, I apologize.
Yeah, hopefully you didn't get lost or at least he didn't send you in the wrong direction. Yeah, so then I marked that turn, and then I went off to switch with Spencer and marked another turn. But yeah, so I've told you about my turn. So tell everybody about your day and your struggles on the bike as you've never cycled before, right?
I have never cycled before. No.
So this, I mean, like any.
Well, I know how to ride a bike. Basically,
Okay.
put 2 feet on there, and you kind of balance yourself. But that's a street bike that I had.
You've probably never gone more than 5 miles on a bike in one trip before.
Probably not. No, not at all.
So
yeah, this was a 55-mile day, and I mean, for these guys, it's nothing.
when did you hit that wall?
About 7 miles in when I threw up. So the night before.
Yeah, so we did talk about the night before.
So the night before, I decided to do a challenge where it was a 5
second
pounds.
challenge. This is the second one
This
you
is the
tried.
second food challenge I've done this trip. The first one was in Denver, Colorado, where I decided to eat 5 pounds of Philly cheesesteak. Yeah, exactly.
You almost made it.
I was
Almost.
3 or 5 bites away, like, from finishing it.
Yeah.
But this time, 5 pounds of grilled cheese, so about 3.5 pounds of cheese itself, tons of coleslaw, tons of fries. So
You pounded through that coleslaw though. You took that coleslaw like a champ.
yeah, I was very close to finishing, but there was a point where I hit the wall and ran to the bathroom. I literally shoved a guy out of the way as he was closing the door to go into the stall, and just did my business.
I heard that your pile in the toilet was above the water level.
Good 3 or 4 inches. Let's leave that for another
So anyway,
time.
so fast forward to the next day. After had gone through this challenge, he gets a couple hours of sleep and then hops on a bicycle to ride 55 miles.
Yep. So I hop on my bike. I'm riding it. I mean, this is about 3 miles in, and I'm already sweating. I'm just in my mind. I just thought to myself, man, I'm gonna get racked today. This is gonna be terrible. I'm gonna be frustrated, but at the same time, I'm gonna acknowledge the fact that I'm not a good cyclist.
Okay.
So I thought to myself, I'm gonna get racked. But yeah, I was about 7 miles in. I felt like nauseous. I went over to someone's lawn. It was a really nice house. If you're watching this video, I completely apologize for throwing up on your front lawn. After that was done, we continued though. I had my first accident about 2 miles. Well, 2 miles up the road from that, where it was an intersection.
Is that where you filmed it? Oh, okay.
No.
All right.
This is at an intersection. I started cramping in my right leg, right calf. Anyways, started cramping about 10 miles in, 8 miles into this 55-mile day. And I was at this intersection, and I gave the go-ahead to go through the green light as soon as it turned green. And I clipped in on my right foot, and I clipped in on my left. And as soon as I did, I got a cramp. So as soon as that happened, I just went like this onto the grass right next to me.
Well, this was on the grass.
Yeah, and this was in front of a crowd of people at this intersection, and I was laying down like.
And you're wearing your professional cycling outfit, and you fall. And they're probably like, wow.
On the way down, though, I did manage to unclip, so I was good from that.
There you go.
But
There you go. All right. And so what happened after
right
that?
after that, the little incident, I hit my first uphill.
Ooh.
My first real uphill.
You had some decent ones that
Do
day.
you remember the first one where it was just went up like this
Yes.
and then turned to the right?
Yes. I remember
I
driving
think-
up that. I'm driving up that, and I'm like, yeah, they're gonna have fun today.
I think that's the one where Josh called it quits at first little hill.
Did he make it all the way to the top, or
I
he-
don't think so.
Oh,
Because
okay.
I do remember like that was
He
the
quit.
moment.
He quit after 15 miles, from what I heard.
All right.
Him and Benny crashed after like 7 or 8.
Yeah. But no, that was the first moment where so the entire day, the kind of mentality I had was go from point A to point B. Get that mindset. As soon as I was getting to point B, I told myself, man, skip B and get to C. Like I did that the entire day, where I would say, hey, let's go to that stop sign, and as soon as we got there, my other teammates were like, no, let's keep going until the next uphill.
Yeah, I heard they did that to you. It's like, we're gonna can we stop up there? And they're like, no, you can stop up there.
Yep.
So
it worked, and it's honestly the most challenging physical day I've ever had, where I don't know, I cried several parts of that time. I mean, Doug, I don't know if you noticed, like when I got to one of your stops.
When you got to my stop, first off, you were covered in mud. So.
Oh yeah. So to go on that story a little bit.
I wanted to hear the whole story, so that's why I brought it up.
Yeah. So I was riding through Amish country.
Yep.
And there was a little ditch. It was a stream going through it, but it was one of those moments again where I got my cramps.
You were stopped, right?
Well, yeah. What it actually ended up happening is I started slowing down because my cramps came back, and I told the guys, let's go up here, stop this barn, and my cramp was actually my left leg. So I unclipped my left leg with the intention of only riding with my right leg the rest of the way, because I knew the cramp would get worse if I did in the movement.
Okay.
So I did that, and as soon as I unclipped, I was going about 4 miles an hour. Less, about 2 or 1.
Okay.
And I just went like this. I was about stopped actually.
Yeah. And
just fell to the side, kind of rolled into the creek or the river, little creek. Stream.
I heard you were still attached to the bicycle when you fell in the creek.
I don't. No, I think the bike was like behind me.
Oh, okay.
And I felt like this, and I was flailing around for a little bit. And then as soon as I got back up, and I said, "Let's make sure no van saw that."
No, nobody saw it. We just saw the mud on your back.
Everyone was laughing. I had a laugh too because it was so hilarious. I was on my way down. I grabbed grass, and to see if I could like use it to slow my roll down.
It was like, I'm grabbing too much grass.
And it kind of helped because I only had like a scratch on my back. But after I got out of that, the guys took all their water bottles and hosed me down. So the mud that you saw was actually a lot less than it was.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So that's why you guys all had to fill up your water bottles at my stop.
Yep. Yeah.
I was like, I had a similar weird experience on crew, and I'm sure you guys probably get this a lot, but I was there really wasn't any way for me to pull over. And so when I was a sweep van and I was kind of trying to catch up to you guys and just kind of stay right behind you, there was no place for me to pull over because on the side of the road there were ditches. So if I tried pulling over, the van would go into a ditch, and that would probably
not like that.
No. Especially since you're the lead fan into the DC arrival.
Yeah. Patriot, baby.
So I pulled off into this driveway, and it was a U driveway. So I was like, all right. So I just slowly turned around because it was an Amish person's home, so I didn't want to like fly through their driveway because they probably would get mad. So
they make awesome furniture, by the way.
So I get to the end of the U, and I'm just sitting there, and I look off to my right, and there's these 2 kids just sitting there playing, and they're staring at me. I'm like, pay no attention to me. I'm just sitting here waiting. And then their older sister comes, and their older brother comes, and they're all 4 just sitting there staring at me. And I'm just sitting there playing on my phone. I'm like, don't pay attention to me. And then like 5 minutes later, I left. But I'm like, these kids are probably like, what is this guy doing in our driveway just sitting here? So then I pulled off. But it was kind of weird. And I was like, I had no place to pull over, so.
Right.
Yeah.
It's one of the challenges of being crew is, where do I park my van?
Yeah. There's not too many places to just park the van. So. But yeah, so and then Jesus, I saw him. He was struggling, but he was making it. You were a little far behind, but you made it.
Quite.
When you passed my stop, I took off and I picked up the 2 guys at the next turn, and we tried to race you and like pull in front of you so we could like be there to cheer you on when you rolled in, but. I wasn't able to catch up to you.
I was too fast for
them. They're like don't like speed by him because you'll probably scare the crap out of him. It's like, all right, so I pulled in and we cheered you on when you got in. But yeah, the look on his face when he got in, it was pretty priceless. It was a mix of like, I'm glad to be here. I hate you all for making me do that, but I'm glad you made me do it. So.
No, honestly, that was probably one of the biggest highlights of my life, just being able to finish something that I pretty much knew that I wouldn't be able to do.
Yeah.
So I hit the wall about 7 miles into a 55 mile day, and there were times where I literally had one of the most amazing people I've ever met in my life, Christopher Lee Stubble.
His name's Lee?
Yeah, it's spelled in a weird way. Leigh. Chris Lee Stubble. But there were times where he was physically pushing me up the hill.
Oh, okay.
Like he took his hand and just. Boop.
Yeah, I don't think I'd have the ability to do that. I'm not that good of a cyclist.
Yeah.
So, but,
Could have done it without him, but yeah, making it there, I got there and I couldn't believe how excited I was to be there. I mean, I just thought I just want to fall on the ground, but I stood up and everyone was cheering me on, and I even got a water cooler poured on me, NFL style.
Yeah.
So
Apparently Spencer was really pissed.
why?
Because he's like, why did Jesus get the water cooler poured on him? I didn't get poured on me, and I did 95 miles.
I'm shorter, so the guys didn't have to do as much work. To get
Yeah,
around me,
that's
so.
true. That's true. But yeah, I was saying now you obviously have a greater understanding of what we do every day, and,
Yep.
and I have a greater understanding of what you do every day. Because I actually, the first day I was with Nick, so it was me and Nick. I had Nick to lean on, but when I was doing it today, I didn't have anybody to lean on. I was in the van by myself. I did everything pretty much by myself. So, I had to call Mark on the radio a couple times, but so I got to experience it by yourself.
You sometimes get very.
And you don't have anybody in your van.
I don't.
Like,
I'm by myself.
So yeah, you and Sam, right? Yeah, you and Sam are the two that are by yourself. So
We're the loners.
you guys probably get pretty lonely. You guys probably got really lonely out there on Highway 50.
The loneliest highway in America. Well, thankfully, since we're so spread apart, we could actually take crew stops at other crew stops
Oh.
because cyclists were within 10 to 20 miles of each other. So we would usually stop at each other until someone said, "Oh, cyclists are in between this fade and this fade." So we'd be like, "Oh, we have to move now."
Okay.
So it was all right. A lot of time spent having fun. Nevada was one of my favorites, where I got to fly a kite in the middle of the desert. That was one of the most relaxing and peaceful moments I've ever had. So
Yeah. When you have no cars driving by, you have nothing.
Middle of
there's
nowhere.
No sounds, no nothing. Just quiet.
exactly.
No. Well, yeah, and then so that was the ride, and then we got into the school, which was you remember what school it was?
The school, it was Fairhaven program, or
Yes, it was a
Fairhaven program.
Fairhaven, yeah.
Fairhaven school.
So we got into the school, and we were pretty rushed for time, just because it was a long day on the bike. But we got had like 10 minutes to shower, so we all showered up, and then we had our lunch, which was like fried chicken, potatoes, coleslaw, and I think that's what it was.
Yep.
And then we had our lunch real quick, and then we had a dance. We had a big dance with all of the clients there. They played a lot of music. Pretty much every single song that they played was before Everybody There's Time. Pretty much all the cyclists.
Yeah.
Everything was before 1990, which is most of the people that are
You
on
still
the-
dance pretty well, though.
Yeah.
You've got some moves on JOH
So-
for those out there who are wondering.
Yep. So yeah, we did. I think they did the single ladies dance, and they did every time we touched. So we did that, and we had a guy, the DJ, who was so funny. He's like, so the last thing that Osama probably heard when before the end was it who dropped the bomb on me or something like that.
Yeah.
And then he played the song
I think maybe it'd been Toby Keith. Or
What?
which song are you thinking about?
It's the drop the bomb on me. It's
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Do baby, you dropped the bomb on me.
I don't know. Well, who knows?
I don't know. Anyway, so we had the dance. We danced for a couple hours, and then after the dance, we headed off to Olive Garden for our dinner. Olive Garden.
Thank you. That was
so
fantastic.
It was a great dinner. We had pasta and breadsticks, and apparently every table decided they wanted to do this sugar and salt challenge, which was so stupid. Why do people do these things? So they opened up 4 sugar packets, and they dumped out the sugar in one of them, put salt in it, and then they mixed them up, and then everybody took a shot of one
Without knowing what was
without
inside.
knowing what was inside of it, and so
Golly.
somebody got the salt. Why would you do that? Why do people do things like this? I don't get it.
It's the excitement
The
of
only
seeing-
reason I knew is because the only reason I did is because I knew which one the salt was, so I knew which one to grab.
The excitement is seeing one of your team members
Yes.
just spit it out.
Yes.
So it's pretty good.
So
But yeah, the dinner at Olive Garden was really good.
It was a really nice place.
I
really
love the
nice
salad
Olive
there.
Garden. Yeah, I wish I could have had some of their soup. The potato and sausage soup.
Oh, I love
Oh,
that.
it's so
Oh
good.
yeah.
I don't know what it's called, but I always call it potato sausage soup. Then we went and did some car wash. We did some car washes. The vans needed.
They needed the
They-
interior clean. Thankfully, Doug had done most of the groundwork.
This
for
is
the
this is
cleaning
what
of
happens
the
when you
interior.
get bored at cruise stops. You do stuff like clean out the van. It was so dirty. There was so many plastic. You had
You're welcome.
you had about 35 empty plastic bottles in
Except
your
the
van.
Gatorade bottles too in the back.
That and the front seat and the middle seat, there were about 35 plastic.
Doug, we
bottles.
were actually collecting those to go recycling. We were hoping to make some of our
I-
money security deposit back. Thank you,
Oh,
Nationals.
I recycled them at the church. They had a recycling bin,
Hey.
but I didn't get any money back for them. Yeah, so we did our van cleaning, which definitely needed to be done. Our vans are
That's
nice
right.
and spotless now. We'll probably do one more cleaning, and then after that, we went to the mall to do some shopping for something. I think it was.
We just need to get some shopping out of the way. So
Yeah, so we
that
went
was
to
a
the
lot
mall.
of fun. We got to look around the mall, do some civilization. Look at civilization
Yeah,
for
there
a
were
while.
people there. There were people there.
There were people there. Starbucks. This
Yeah,
is the second time
did
I've
you
gone to get a Starbucks
Did
coffee.
you get a Starbucks?
I
Or drank
got a iced grande caramel macchiato.
I got a Julius from Orange Julius because
Never
I love
been there.
smoothies. I love smoothies.
But yeah, it was a good fun time. I actually sat in my car for about an hour, and because I couldn't move after the ride that day, and then my van was still out shopping, so I went to go get Starbucks.
That's cool. Yeah, that was. I think after that we pretty much went back and relaxed, and yeah, I tried to do some videos or something like that. I don't know. I updated.
I went back, watched like 5 minutes of Netflix, and
And
then
then
the
passed
internet.
out.
Yeah, passed out.
Yeah. So today again was day 60 of the Journey of Hope North Route 2013. That is, this is by far the longest video. You have surpassed Mark's video. Mark was the
Wow.
longest at 18 minutes, and we are at 21
Are you
minutes.
kidding me?
Yeah.
Oh.
So this is the longest video that I've done.
Oh wow, that's time flew.
Yeah, time does fly when you're having fun. So make sure you check out the blog, joh.theotherbrew.com. Over on this side, where Jesus' head is, there is all the links to everybody's blog. And I believe Jesus does have a blog, and it is up there. I don't know if he updates it, but it's up there somewhere. It's up there somewhere.
I've actually have a draft posted. Now you can't see it, but I've been working on this entire summer. The last actual post to that blog was the day before a cyclist came in for their orientation.
Okay, so
and the last thing I
July
wrote was,
4th,
"I'm
so-
very excited for cyclists to arrive."
So June 4th was his last post. So hopefully soon he will have something to update it. But
I have a very big draft saved.
So there's that. Also up on the top left by Jesus' head, there is a map that is usually active between the hours between 6 and 8, and so it starts about between 6 and 8 and ends at about like 12 and 2, depending on how long we cycle for the day. And you can see the little dot move across. That's me moving between 15 and 20 miles an hour across the country. Feel free to follow me across the country. So thank you for watching. Thank you, Jesus, for spending
you, Doug.
a long time
you
talking
for
about your
listening,
day.
watching.
And yeah, thank you for watching. Have a good
Love
one.
you, America. Stay
Peace.
classy.